Happy New Year, my amazing viewers. Welcome to 2024 and welcome back to the Harry Sampson YouTube channel. In case you are a new member who is just joining us or you've watched videos on this channel before but God never put time for your mind to me subscribe. This is my call for you to hit the subscribe button below. And to my returning family, I say a big thank you. You are the real deal. You rock. Now, today we'll be talking about a very thought-provoking content. Many people feel stone my head for this content when I want to talk about. Some may even pursue me come up for church, but regardless of what they think, we're going to discuss about it. Today we'll be talking about beyond what we see or beyond what we think. Now, the truth is most times once people go into entertainment industry and start doing secular music, we often want to write them off. We often want to say this one is not fit for God's use again. This one is not fit for heavenly race again. As per now we be the people who write the book of life. But that's by the side. By the way, the stuff is this. Over time, I have kind of want to write off people like Zlatan, Portable, Naira Marley, Mohbad of blessed memory, and a lot of these guys like them, even as far as the big three, Davido, Wizkid, Olamide, Burna Boy. There is a tendency to write them off based on what they portray in their music, the kind of lyrics they use and everything. But beyond their crafts, how well do you know these people to judge them for what they do? Now, most recently, I've been drawn into wanting to see beyond what they put out, watching their full-blown interview, listening to them on podcasts. And the truth is, most time, these people are more than what we see them to be. You can imagine somebody like Portable, who is the king of the streets. I'm a babu, I live in the zoo. But speaking on podcast, you will kind of be drawn back to say, this guy is much eloquent than what he portrayed himself to be. Now, most recently, I saw a video which was dropped late last year by Korty. And this video featured King of the Streets, Zanko Kunas. And in this video, he dressed up as Father Christmas, hit the streets, gave treats to children in the spirit of Christmas. But that was not what really caught my attention. The conversation in between were what struck my attention. First of all, Zlatan is not somebody who has been portrayed by his music to be someone who cares about humanity. But in his conversation with Korty, he reflected back on his early days being a child in the street. And with the way he grew up now, he's doing well and he's reciprocating the love back to the street and even back to people, which was confirmed by some of his team members and his friends who say Zlatan is someone who loves to give, not just because he wants to give for giving's sake, so that people will see that, oh, I'm giving. No, but he's someone who actually have the heart to give, which is something that the songs they sing will not portray them to be.
He gives and he doesn't even remember. Like anything he does, he just does it from his heart. For me, like I said, he's like a Father Christmas.
Now, this is not even the major aspect that spiked my heart to make this video. The very part that struck my heart was when we see secular artists, we see them as people who don't love God. We see them as people who don't want to do anything concerning the things of God, who don't want to get associated with the things of God. But watching that video, if you will find a link to that video in the description section. If you watch that video carefully, you will see that at any point in time, you hear Zlatan trying to bring God into the conversation, trying to bring God, look for every means to bring God into the conversation. This is not a kind of person who you call an atheist. This is not a kind of person who you feel he doesn't have the things of God or does not regard the handwork of God in his life. This is the direct opposite because he is actually trying to tell you that, well, of all these things I've acquired, God has been the one who is helping me.
I'm very, very grateful to God, and I'm very, very thankful to God. If I say I regret anything, God will just wire me slap.
Now, this is a stereotype that they have given to secular artists saying they don't love God, or we see them as people who don't like God. But Zlatan is showing the opposite. He actually showed the opposite in that video. Now, aside that fact, one other thing we see secular artists as is they are very materialistic. You hear today that Whiskey just bought a car of 700 million naira. Davido just splashed 1 billion naira on a next chain. Zlatan just splashed 500 million naira on a G-Wagon. We just hear this news and we feel these guys are materialistic, they are this, they are that. But one striking fact is this. This guy has a G-Wagon, which cost millions of naira. He has a fleet of cars. He definitely have houses. From the video, I found out that he has a car stand, which is a very lucrative business. He also has his line of clothing, his merchandise, Zanku to the world, said TT Douglas, which is fast selling. From the video, he revealed that the money he makes from his merchandise is enough for some people to carry out a project.
What my merch alone is giving me is like an advance some people get for like a project.
Now, for someone like that, he was asked the question, what are the 3 most expensive things he has? Now, a very materialistic person will definitely point out the cars, the houses, the merchandise, the businesses he has. But the shocking thing is, Zlatan did not remember any of these things.
What are the top 3 most expensive things that you own?
The number one thing that I have that's the most expensive thing is the brain that God has given to me. The second thing, like the street OT.
He didn't think for a moment. He said the first thing he mentioned was the brain given to him by God. The second thing he mentioned was his street OT, which is kind of street credibility. And he skipped the third one. Now, if we are to judge a materialistic person by the way they think, I can say for a fact that Zlatan is not materialistic. If it was me, honestly, I think I would have mentioned the G-Wagon as my first expensive thing. Don't judge me. I'm just being honest. Now, if you look at all these ones now, you see that what their craft paints them to be is actually different from who they actually are. Who you actually meet when you get to know these people or get to have a one-on-one experience with them. Now, before you stone me or pray on me for this particular video saying I'm trying to paint secular artists as good people or the rest, kindly pray for me to be better like you. Now, for the next time, before you want to judge or before you want to pass judgment on these guys based on what you see on media and the rest, ask yourself if you see them, if you know them beyond what you see, beyond what you know, beyond the possible flaws, the possible mistake they may have made, if you know them beyond that one. Well, this is the end of this video. If you like this video, kindly give it a thumbs up, share this video so that more people can see it, and until the next time, just continue to stay curious, stay open-minded, and this is Harry Samson signing out, and once again, I wish you a happy new year. Peace.